Hi, my name is Rosantina Aranda, and I am a vice president at Frost Bank. My career is a business banker, and I've been doing this for about 12 years now. I grew up on the South Side and attended middle school at Lowell, and which is not too far away from you guys. I remember playing sports in middle school and playing against Harris, and they were always our biggest competition. Then after middle school, I attended Burbank High School and graduated from there in 1987, which happens to be the same school and year that your principal graduated. She and I graduated at the same time and are actually high school friends, which is a big reason why I'm super excited and honored to be able to share this video with you. After high school, I really didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything about college. Nobody in my family ever went to college, and but before I left school, I ended up getting a scholarship to play volleyball at St. Philip's College. And so I decided to try to see, go play volleyball for St. Philip's, and that's kind of the only reason I ended up going to college, because otherwise I probably couldn't afford it. And so once I finished my 2-year degree actually ended up completing my 2-year degree at Palo Alto College, I then decided to transfer to UTSA and work on getting a 4-year degree. During this time, I was already working at Frost, and I felt like that perhaps maybe I should get an accounting degree so that I can have an opportunity to get promoted within Frost. And because I was in banking, that's kind of how I decided what degree to get, and that ended up being accounting. When I think back, I wonder, how did I get here? How did I get to become a vice president at Frost Bank, working with business owners in my career? And I really feel like a lot had to do with an internship that I did when I was in high school. I was a senior in high school, and I remember my counselor saying, "You have all your credits, do you want to participate in this program?" And I said, "Sure." And so it was a program where I could work anywhere I wanted. And so I asked if I could work at a bank, and I ended up working at Frost as an intern. So I was able to see, all the ins and outs of banking. And I thought it was super interesting, and it gave me the courage to really apply to go work at Frost after I did that intern. So I got exposed to it, and so after that I realized, oh, I could do this. And that's how that's how I started my career at Frost. So what does a business banker do, like on a day-to-day basis? So a big part of my job is to help small businesses apply for the money that they need to grow their business. A lot of times they want to start a business or they want to grow their business, and so they all need money to do that. And that's a big part of my job, is helping them get all the information they need in order to apply for a loan. And so that's a big part of my job. Another big part is building relationships with business owners and trying to bring in new businesses to come bank at Frost. And that's the fun part of my job, is to really make new friends. That's kind of how I tell my kids. I'm like, my job is to make new friends. And so I like to go out and just meet new people. And if they're business owners, and if they're not banking with me, I always ask them, would you like to bank with Frost? And I'd be happy to help you with your business needs, lending needs, and or just their checking accounts and things like that. So that's a big part of my job on a day-to-day basis. So who are the customers that I work with on a day in and day out basis? I love my customers because a lot of them are really hardworking business owners. Now, anytime you go to the store, there's a business owner. Anytime you go to the movies, there's a business owner. I mean, our whole economy is based on businesses. And so anywhere you go to buy something, there's a business that you would need to do that with. And so a lot of those businesses that I work with, need money to be able to grow or to buy new furniture. Like, for example, if it's a grocery store, they're gonna need money to buy all the food to put on the racks. And so HEB is a business and there's people that own that business, and that's who I work with. So what are some of the fun things that I get to do in my job? The most fun things that I get to do is entertain my customers. And so part of entertaining my customers include going to the Spurs game, inviting them to different games, and we get to sit in the suite with food and drinks, and all of this is provided by the bank, so that it's more like a thank you for our customers for being Frost Bank customers. I also use it to help bring in new customers. If I have what we call prospects, I bring them in and invite them to the Spurs game to convince them to bank with us. And other things that I get to invite people to is the rodeo. And we get to also do different events like hockey, the missions games, and things like that. So throughout the year, I'm able to really have a lot of fun doing and enjoying and entertaining my clients. Some of the challenges that I'm experiencing right now with COVID is that I don't get to do all those fun things that I used to do, like going to the Spurs games and different events. And so that has really been a big bummer to not be able to do those things. Another thing that has really changed in my job is that I am working from home. Before COVID, I used to go out and meet with customers and have lunch with them or have dinner with them and get to know them and learn about them. So now all of that is pretty much on hold. I've been working at Frost for 30 years now, and I didn't end up where I'm at now overnight. It took a lot of work and a lot of growing and a lot of learning. When I started Frost, I was going to school, college, and started working at night. I had a position working from 4 to 12 at night, and then I attended college during the day. And so from there, I ended up moving into a daytime position, and that was payroll, which is more like in human resources. I was processing people's paychecks. That was a lot of fun because I got to see what everybody made at the bank. And I can tell you, working in that job, I learned that people who had a degree made a lot more money than the people that did not have a degree. And so at that time, I hadn't finished my degree yet. And so I decided I really felt like I needed to go back and get my degree, because literally they were getting paid double if you had a degree versus not a degree. So I ended up moving from there into another position, working with computers and literally just doing a lot of computer work. And the bank started sending me to classes, and I started learning about computers, and I spent a lot of time doing that. And today they call it software developer. So I did that for about 15 years and literally built about 3 or 4 softwares. And this was all based on the job training. So once I did that, I built a software that was a bonus program for our commercial lenders, which is the bonus program that I kind of benefit from now. But I built the software, and at that time is when I was getting my accounting degree from UTSA. So it took me forever to get my degree. I didn't get it really fast. Like, I highly recommend you guys get it. Don't waste time, just get it done. But it took me forever. So it was really late in my life when I actually finished my degree. And my boss asked me, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I basically told him that I wanted to be a business banker. And he was like, oh my God, I don't know, you gotta have to, interview. But because I got my accounting degree, I then qualified to apply for that position. Without it, I couldn't go into it. But so anyhow, that's the journey that I've been on with Frost Bank, and I am really, really glad that I never stopped going to school and I finished the degree, because it really did make a big difference in my life and in my career, and just in general, financially, it just made a big difference. So I encourage you to go to college, finish your degree, and follow your dreams, because nothing's impossible. You can accomplish anything you want. It just takes work, and it takes dedication and persistence. I wish you all lots of luck and all the best. Thank you.